Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday League's Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today we have two games for you. We are away against Tamworth and at home against Kettering. Since you were last with us, form has been quite reasonable. As you can see from the league table, we're sat in 4th place. It's a very tight league table, though, to be quite honest, and any kind of slip up could see us drop down quite a few places, to be fair, with only 3 points separating ourselves from the likes of Kettering in 11th place. Um, yeah, I'm reasonably pleased, to be quite truthful. I can't be too critical of the side. We have had our cup ties. We've done quite well in the league. A 3-0 win away at Boreham Wood, followed on from the previous episode with a 1-0 defeat away against Hereford in the FA Cup. A 4-1 win at home against Accrington, a 1-0 win at home against Everton, a 3-2 defeat followed that away against Barnet, which was a bit of a shame, really, considering the good form that we have had. The win against Everton's under-21s in the National League Cup allowed us to qualify for the Cup quarter-finals. And then to round off October, we won 4-2 at home against Wealdstone. So going into these two games, I'm just hoping that the form will continue, to be quite truthful. Like I say, the defeat against Barnet was a bit disappointing. Likewise in the FA Cup against Hereford, in which we did rotate the side a bit. But hopefully we can go out there and get 6 points on the board from these next two games. Kamani Ryan, unfortunately, has picked up an injury, so he's going to be missing from action for a little while. Hugh Parker is going to go to that right-hand side for the time being, and Aqua is going to get another opportunity up front. He is still yet to score a goal for us, as is Obafemi. I think actually Obafemi has scored once in that 4-2 win that we had recently, but other than that, um, our two bigger signings, shall we say, up front, have struggled to find the back of the net. Um, we have been keeping an eye on potential signings and such as well. It's just not really quite been happening for us. Um, but realistically, squad-wise, we're not looking too bad. A few players we have moved to surplus to requirements. They're not particularly happy about it, I will admit. It has affected morale only slightly, to be truthful. The players were pretty much bit part players anyway, so I'm not too concerned about them affecting the team in a negative manner overall. So again, there's still plenty of things on the go. We've been rejected again for a new work permit, a new coaching course. So again, I'm still calling into question our potential as things stand. Here is Weston with the delivery to Banks, and Ceriso was there in the penalty area. Lindsay into Ceriso, couldn't get the strike away, but Sargent does, and he smashed it off the crossbar, and we just couldn't quite find the back of the net there. But again, really positive play from our perspective. We are showing why we're in such good form. Tamworth, I believe, are in the bottom half of the table at the moment as Lindsay comes down this left-hand side. Ward tried to intercept, Ceriso picks it up and lays it back to Voice. Launched forward, looking toward Aqua. It's easily cleared. Sargent looking for Aqua again, and it's very messy at the moment. As Ceriso gets the strike away, and that is a good save from Mason in the end. Um, a little bit more power required on the strike from the Brazilian. Um, and yeah, it remains 0-0, but it wasn't a bad effort at all. Sargent and Elliott exchanging passes. Now Ceriso back into Weston, into Parker. Elliott back into Sargent. Plays it to the left-hand side, and it's easily cut out by the defender Hester. And Ward now picks it up into Okpiabele. And now Hester launches it forward for Tamworth. It's a good header from Voice, and now Elliott picks it up, plays it into Sargent, and now Weston into Parker. Chance to play it forward again, and Aqua strikes, and that's a really good save from Mason. That's a really good piece of goalkeeping, to be fair, from Mason. And Aqua, again, still struggling to find the back of the net. Parker here, with the delivery from the set piece. It's cleared away in the end. Oh, well, apparently it's not been cleared away, not legally anyway, and we have a penalty kick. So the chance to take the lead here, and it's going to be Weston to take the goal, to take the strike, and he does. And we take a deserved lead in the end. It's been a very good opening 10 minutes from our perspective. I was supposed to be putting Elliot on penalty kicks. Apparently, I must not have done that as of yet. But a really good penalty nonetheless. Mason went one way. It would have certainly looked silly if the keeper had have stayed where he was, to be fair, because Weston went straight down the middle. But we are looking very dominant in these opening stages of the match. We've taken a deserved lead. Now we need to build on it. And hopefully we will do. As things stand, we move up to second in the league and 3 points behind league leaders Morecambe. So we have started to really push on a bit. The inside forward role certainly has helped us out wide um, and put pressure on those defences. Obviously, we are missing Beaumont Clark to injury and now Kamani Ryan as well, our new signing who came in and he scored a couple of goals and got plenty of assists. And that is a free header for Matt Ward at the far post. I mean, I don't know what we were doing there defensively. That is certainly not good enough. I mean, Lindsay's covering that far post, but Ward's just been left completely open there and a completely free header. I mean, Cooney had no chance realistically, and it is one apiece. I mean, it was a good delivery from Cockrell Moylett to that far post, but defensively, the fact that we've left him so free is absolutely shocking, realistically. And we need to build ourselves again. Lindsay and Theresa exchanging passes. Weston into Lindsay, lost it to the far post. Hugh Parker is there, and Hugh Parker has scored. I mean, the cross wasn't the best, realistically, from Lindsay. He didn't put a lot of power into it. He just floated it into the penalty area, and Hugh Parker was there with the header. And, I mean, he is in good form, to be honest, Hugh Parker. And I think that those kind of deliveries are his bread and butter. I mean, he's beaten 3 defenders in the air there. He's done superbly to win that. But his strong form does continue in front of goal and we retake the lead. In terms of match stats, we certainly deserve to be in front here. We've actually had more possession, which is a very rare occurrence, as you're aware. So um, hopefully, again, we can push on and try and extend our lead. Um, 2-1 advantage is ideal, but we need to ideally get the third goal here just before half time. That would be ideal. Voice playing it across to Bakari, just holding on to possession and finding Banks. And now Aqua launches it to that left-hand side, and Elliott's managed to pick it up here, cuts into the penalty area, and he's smashed it off the post. And it's fallen here for Banks. Can he get the cross in? Yes, he can. Toward that far post. Elliott was there again. He couldn't quite get onto it. Lindsay now to Weston and now Parker. And in the end, nothing comes from it. But that was very, very close to extending our lead. And as we approach half time, I mean, this would be a killer with a minute left in the first half. If we can get a third goal here, Aqua into Sargent, plays it into Cereso, back to Sargent again, over the top. Lindsay gets in behind the fullback. Can he get the cross in? No, he can't. It's been closed out a little too quickly, unfortunately. And Weston with the strike, and that was a brilliant effort. I thought that was about to nestle into that top corner. Mason was beating all ends up there, and he was certainly worried about it. And despite the number of attempts at goal, we only have a 1-goal advantage. Defensively, we're looking very, very strong in terms of match ratings. And Parker, of course, with a goal in there with Weston having the better of the times today as well. I think we certainly need a goal just to really push ourselves a little bit further forward in the game. But other than that, more of the same would be rather nice. Here is Voice into Lindsay. And as we begin the second half, hopefully, as I say, we can continue our push forward as Humphrey Ewers does really well. Parker, great tracking back from him. Weston now into Elliott. Plays it to the left-hand side. Lindsay picks it up. Well, he swung it in very early there, and it's fallen for Hugh Parker, who struck it from distance and quite a way off target, unfortunately. And it remains 2-1. But again, really positive play from our perspective. And Lindsay with a very early delivery into the penalty area. Aqua, again, not really getting into the game at the moment. He continues to struggle in front of goal. Can we find him a goal today? That would be a very good bit of icing on the cake as such, as Voice plays it into Lindsay. I've just noticed as well, Accrington have taken the lead against league leaders Morecambe as well. So as things stand, we are within 2 points of the league leader's voice, exchanging headers with the Tamworth midfield, and now Ramsey into Okpiabele, launches it forward looking for Marquez, and Banks picks it up. He's got a little bit of time and he does well with it just to take the sting out of the occasion and knock it forward. And Mason here in possession for Tamworth, launches it forward, trying to get through the centre of the pitch, and Parker was there, and Aqua's been chopped down by Acque, and Tamworth are down to 10 men. Aqua, I think, may have bought that second yellow card, to be honest, for their left winger. And at 2-1 up, and with a man advantage, I feel quite confident that we can make the most out of this game now. And Okpiabele plays it into Hester. We must admit, though, we have got to avoid complacency. We need to stay on point here. Okpiabele into Ward. Back to Okpiabele. Launched it over the top. And Voice has missed his header. And Marquez has scored. And I was just saying that we should feel confident to beat 10 men. And they've just come down this right-hand side. And they've completely outplayed us with the ball through the middle. Caden Voice missed his header. And Ogwuch into Marquez. I mean, it was good movement, to be fair, from Marquez, but Cooney's got to be doing better from there. Poor goalkeeping from him. And we are going to demand more because, realistically, we have to be beating 10 men. Lindsay into Cerrito, back to Lindsay, and now Weston into Lindsay again toward the far post. Hugh Parker was there with the header, couldn't quite get it on target. We're just going to pause there as well. And I think, to be honest, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to push Parker up front as well. And do it a little bit more like that. And Cerrito is going to go more central. And we're going to take him off, in fact. He's had a very quiet game again. And we're going to bring Blackwell on. Big opportunity for him today. And we'll bring Blackwell on into that role there. We'll move him to that role as well. Hopefully, we can be a little bit more creative with a front three. I think actually, to be honest, instead of Blackwell, no, we will do Blackwell. We'll give him a run out because Obafemi's not been scoring either. We'll confirm those changes. And just as soon as that ticks over, we're going to go to very attacking. And hopefully, we can find a way through. Elliott and Aqua exchanging passes, plays it into Blackwell. Opportunity for the youngster, lays it back into Lindsay. He's been chopped into by Ogwush. And no foul given. And Ward charging forward here. And now not forward again. This time Voice wins the header, finds Elliott. And now Blackwell. And that's poor again. And we're just not quite finding the space at the minute. I mean, we've dominated the game. Even before the red card, we were dominating the game. Voice here into Lindsay. Plays it forward. Cleared by Jake Manorford. Volleyed back in by Lindsay toward that far post. Cleared again. This time by Akpan. And now Marquez. Good tracking back from Hugh Parker. Weston to Blackwell. And now Banks. Can he get the ball into the penalty area? Yes, he can. Aqua was there and it's been blocked by Jake Manorford. And unfortunately, as I mentioned before, Aqua's still waiting for a goal since signing, and it might be time to take him off. The last thing we need is a goal scorer on the pitch that's not scoring goals, isn't it? Realistically, but he's a big target man in there. Lindsay into Aqua. And now Lindsay plays it forward to Sargent. He's got support in the penalty. He's played it back to Lindsay. He gets the crossing. Hugh Parker's there at the far post. And Hugh Parker, with 5 minutes to go, with a lovely header off the underside of the crossbar. He continues his remarkable scoring run. He's had a very good game in the end today, to be fair, Hugh Parker. And Lindsay again with the cross to that far post. And Hugh Parker was there with the header. I think the keeper may have actually touched it onto the crossbar, but just couldn't quite get enough on it. and we take the lead once again. We're going to go back to a positive mentality now that we've got the lead, and hopefully we've done enough. Cockerell Mollet into Ramsey. Again, it's played forward, looking for Marcus Bakari's header into Weston, and now Sargent plays it forward to Parker, has support ahead of him if he can find it, and Blackwell picks it up. Chance to get it into the penalty, fires it across, and there is Emil Aqua. He receives the pass from the youngster Blackwell, and at 4-2, the game at last is finally done, and Blackwell did really well there, and just picked it up, laid it across, and Emil Aqua was there in the centre of the box. Finally, he breaks his scoring duck for us, and we have finally managed to win the game. We'll drop a bit of praise to the lads as well. It's been a long time coming for this win, to be quite honest. It's been a very tough game, even after Tamworth went down to 10. Lindsay into Aqua. He couldn't quite get a touch onto it, and the keeper just picks it up. 5 minutes of added time. We've given the lads some praise. They've worked really hard for this today. There's some tired legs out there as well, incidentally, as Voice finds Ward only. And now Ogwush coming down this right-hand side with Hester. And the ball isn't good enough, and Cooney just lets it run out of play. And a free kick now for Tamworth played in. And I mean, Jake Manorford has been left unmarked. And again, defensively, that is very, very poor. I know we've thrown a few players forward, but where's the defence there? Oh, it stayed at 4-2. Did that goal get disallowed then, did it? Oh, it got disallowed. Oh, well, in that case, I'm not too fussed then. Uh, 4-2 win away from home. Really good result. And hopefully we can build on that in the next match. But that is, again, some strong positive signs from our perspective. And we do continue to keep that pushing forward. And again, it's still really tight in terms of the places in the league as things stand. With only 2 points off the league leaders, though, and we've started to build a bit of momentum now. I'm not going to say it because when I said it last season about the playoffs, we ended up really struggling, didn't we? So I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. There's a long time to go in this league at the moment. To be quite honest, there's only a couple of days to go until that Kettering match. So we'll just smash our way through it. And hopefully, when it comes to that game, we can continue doing what we're doing. Like I say, we've been in decent form. It was a bit of a disappointing result when we played Barnet to lose 3-2, considering they were down near the foot of the table. But it's a very competitive league, and with only the one promotional spot as well to get into League Two, it's going to be a very tough ask, I believe, for us to get promoted, for sure. Even if we were the best team in the league, it is still a very tough ask because you lose a few games with the only one automatic promotion spot. It is very, very tough. And then the playoffs are always going to be competitive as well. So it could be very much a very tough season and a very tough league to get out of, realistically, as well. So going into this game, we are switching a couple of players around, largely due to fitness. Cooney will remain in goal. Unfortunately, I mean, we do have to rotate today. It's only been, what, 2 or 3 days since the previous match. Let's just have a look a minute. Obviously, Kamani Ryan is injured, which isn't ideal. But yeah, there's a few fitness concerns in there, but realistically, I don't think it's I don't think realistically it's that bad, to be honest. We have got some good backups. I think defensively we'll be okay. Midfield pairing is fine. Pavey coming in on that right hand side isn't ideal, but Aqua will start up front again with Elliot, and we'll just see how we get on. I mean, Elliot has only scored the one goal in recent weeks. It's again a little bit of a concern considering he was the proper goal scorer that we wanted to bring in. Don't know whether that centre forward role is the best one for him. We'll make him a poacher for today. We'll just see if that works for him and see if he can just pick up an opportunity or two from that. And yeah, it's just trying to tweak these individual roles for players now. I think the inside forwards have definitely been the big help, to be quite honest. They're putting the pressure on the defences, and we have started to find better results um, because we've got that extra bit of attacking quality. We are at home today. We want the 3 points, and we have got a really good unbeaten run at home, incidentally. Hopefully that will continue today. And a couple of big opportunities for one or two players today. Samuel's getting a start, likewise Al-Jafri and Dembele at right back. Pavey is the big one today. He's proven on occasion that he can cut it, and he does score goals at times when he's played. He did it last season and the year before, but he's just never made it as a proper regular in the first team. So it'll be an interesting one for him today, but we'll see how we get on. As Onyemachi gets into the penalty area and Cooney makes a really good save there as Kettering try and break us down very early on. And they've been by far the better side at the start of this match. And we certainly need to pick it up. I mean, defensively, yes, we've rotated a little bit. Midfield, realistically, isn't too different. So we do need to be a little bit wary. And I think, to be honest, I'm looking at the way the match stats are going, and I'm going to demand more straight away because from a general first team performance, this is very unacceptable at the moment. Kettering are in that mid-table area, so they are in reasonable form themselves. And what is that from Sargent? A very blatant foul, giving away the penalty. And Kettering up with the chance to take a very deserved lead, to be honest. And Sadie, with the strike, comfortably converts, and it is 1-0. And from what we've seen in terms of match stats and such, we don't deserve anything from the game at the moment. Very, very disappointing. A very straightforward goal from the penalty spot. And Sadie just knocking it into the back of the net. And Cooney going the wrong way. So, not ideal. 25 minutes gone, though. There's still plenty of time in the match. But we certainly need to pick ourselves up. But it's strange. Whenever we rotate, it just doesn't seem to work. And even though we've got good strength in depth, oh, what an effort that is from Emil Aqua there. Just clipping the crossbar on the way, unfortunately. But whenever we rotate, it always seems to bite us back. And we've got the quality in our depth, but I think because they're not playing regularly enough, they've just not got that match sharpness, I suppose. Which is a bit of a downside. Cerezo, nice little pass into Pavey. Aqua holds it up really well. Finds Dembele, chance to get it into the penalty area, swings it into that far post, and Elliott should have done better, really, heading just over the crossbar. Not ideal, but we continue nonetheless. And we're starting to grow into the game a little bit, but Kettering very much dominating the possession. Not ideal. Da Costa Gonzalez into Diamini. Dominic Sade, the goal scorer, back into Diamini again. I mean, we've just allowed him to continue his run there. We could have easily put a challenge in. And in the end, it's a well-worked goal, but we've not picked up Diamini at all there. And that is very, very poor from our perspective. And I'm going to berate them because that was very poor defensively and a very straightforward finish. Cooney did get a slight touch on it, but it was somewhat unintentional. And at 2-0 down, it looks like our unbeaten record that we've had recently at home is going to come to a very abrupt end here. The attacking midfielder in Sadie, I mean, he got the assist there as well. He just completely rinsed us. We've got two defensive midfielders there, and they're not getting close to him at the moment. And Wilson lays it out to Perry. And again, Kettering, again, we're not closing them down. I mean, how much space has Sadie got again? He's in a position on the pitch where we've got two defensive midfielders, and they're not even close. They're not even close to him. And again, we're going to probably demand more again come the second half because that was absolutely terrible. And I think, to be honest, I think I'm going to make changes because I think, to be honest, Lemony Evans and Breckin are going to both come on because that holding midfield area we've been very, very poor. Lindsay's going to come on for Samuels at left back because, again, out wide we've not been very good. Apparently, Dembele's had a very good game. Al-Jafri's going to come off as well for Banks. And then there's not really an awful lot we can do with the wingers as things sit. But going forward, we have looked very toothless in today's match. Obafemi can come on as well. We'll make all 5 changes. Why not? Let's see how we end up. We're going to go attacking as well, just to see if we can push Kettering onto the back foot, because at the moment, it's not looking likely, is it? And we will demand more. I think the most disappointing thing from this so far is the level of performance we've put in. I wouldn't mind losing if we'd given it a good go, and at the minute we haven't. And Cerezo is there, and he's got to hit the target, hasn't he? He had the space there. He's got to be hitting the target from there. A little bit better, but I mean, Diamini and Sade, they've just ruined us. We've got 2 defensive midfielders, and Sadie's got a goal and an assist from attacking midfield. It's certainly not good enough. We're dropping to 4th place as things stand, and Sadie here with a free kick. Look at the 3 players in the penalty area there. I mean, he's gone for goal and he's hit the crossbar. He could have easily just dinked that, and they had 2 players free in the penalty area. Lemony Evans into Cerezo. We're trying to get a counter attack. Why is Lindsay the furthest player forward there? And again, it's just those 2. I mean, you look at the match ratings of those 2 players there. It is very much one-way traffic. We're going to go very attacking. I don't think it's going to do anything, to be honest. And I mean, we made all 5 changes anyway. I think we'll just chuck Cerezo up front, to be honest. And we'll bring Pavey into that attacking midfield. I highly doubt it's going to change anything, but you never know, do you? With 10 minutes to go, we just need to find something. Lindsay with a slight nick on that just to take the sting out of the cross, and Cooney picks it up. Passes it out to Banks, and now Dembele coming down this right-hand side. He's got all the space to run into. Plays it forward to Aqua, and that's a good strike from Emil Aqua. And we do have a goal back. I mean, it's very much Route 1 stuff, that. But we found a way to get back into the game very much against the run of play. But Aqua, with his 2nd goal in as many games. Very neat finish, that, incidentally, from Emil Aqua. And with 10 minutes to go, can we find ourselves an equaliser? Again, it'd be very much against the run of play. You're looking at Kettering's match stats there. They have completely dominated proceedings. Couple of minutes to go. It's not looking like we're going to get anything from the game, is it? I mean, it was a good goal to take, but as a performance, that was absolutely shocking. Certainly room for improvement based on that one, but again, it's a very competitive league. I mean, Kettering, they're up to 10th, but they're only 3 points behind us, and we're 4th. So again, it's still very, very tight in the league. And yeah, I think we got very much outplayed there. Our defensive midfielders didn't do what was expected of them, that is for sure. And we certainly need to improve from that. In terms of the upcoming fixtures, we've got quite a few games to get through, I would say. Maybe Boston and Dorking. Boston quite near the top of the league at the moment. So we've got 5 games to get through. Then we'll come back in the middle of December and we'll see exactly what's happening from there. And hopefully, we're still in for a chance of the playoffs. And you look at those two injuries, Beaumont Clark and Kamani Ryan, big injuries for us on this right-hand side. But of course, this is where the fixture congestion starts to tell. Fingers crossed, we will see some improvement. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.